Hopefully everybody can re-find this link. My other link completely shut down. YouTube locked me out, had to redo it. Now we're back up and running. 1-0 is your score. Only a minute in here. Olivia Loomis-Girdle hit a free throw. Underneath, Hopkins for two. Jocelyn Hopkins banks it in. 2-1 is your score. Slutterbush across now into the lane. Drops it off for Fromm. The Bulldogs set up. Slutterbush looking for someone to drop it off to. There is Dean. Grace Dean in the back. If you are tuning in and you had friends and family watching, let them know that I've had to redo a new stream as Fromm's three is an air ball. We'll get things back on track here. Slutterbush is blocked by Norman. Scarlett Norman with a big swat back the other way. Hopkins pestered by Slutterbush. It'll stay with the Tigers. 2-1 early here. Hopkins with a bucket. Loomis-Girdle with a free throw. Minute 45 off the clock so far. If you are just jumping on, you haven't missed much. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. YouTube completely shut down. So here's a shot in the corner. Harder's going to fire three. Front iron, no good. Rebound down to Fromm. Fromm up ahead. Off the fingertips of Olivia Brown, the freshman. The freshman collects it. Drops it off for Slutterbush. Now around the horn they go. Olivia, college three. She's going to be shooting a few of those next year. That one goes through. Now Olivia tried to steal it away. It's going to go off for her and back to the Tigers. If you have somebody who's watching, you know there's a Bulldog fan, Tiger fan, let them know that same spot, Sheridan County Journal Star YouTube stream, just a new link. For whatever reason, YouTube froze up, but we're back in action now. 4-2 early on here, first quarter. WTC champ. Double dribble. She lost control. Bridgeport working it on the edge. Bridgeport up 8-2. Fromm stole it away. Bulldogs off and running. Pass in the corner to Brown. 6-point lead for Bridgeport. 4:15 to go. I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties. Literally has worked for 6.5 hours. I don't know what's wrong. I think my internet went bad from the Wi-Fi network. Olivia Loomis-Girdle up and over the top and a timeout. Coach Ayler, as the Bulldogs have raced out to a 10-2 lead here over the Tigers. These two teams just played on January 27th. It was a 50-38 win for Bridgeport, so a 12-point game. Bridgeport was able to secure the victory. So kind of a fast start for Bridgeport. Was really thinking this is going to be a tight one. But Bridgeport bringing the energy early and really taking it to the Tigers, who've been a bit on their heels so far. Laura Wickard tuning in. Go Bulldogs. Yes, indeed. Going to have some Bulldog fans, going to have some Tiger fans here watching these contests. I seem to have steadied out. Fingers crossed at home that the internet is going to work and hold. Pass up ahead, and it's stolen away by Fromm, but she lost it. It'll stay with the Tigers. Fiskus up top. Tigers really haven't got to run their offense yet. Hopkins got one in transition. Now a pass inside as Dean escorts Harder onto the baseline. Fromm back the other way. Danny Harder applying the pressure to the junior. Olivia dribbles, top of the key. Fromm up and under, and she's blocked. But Fiskus dribbled it on the line as she collected that rebound. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. I missed a couple points in there on my score sheet as I was dealing with the difficulties, so I'm going to have a little problem patching that all in. So we'll do what I got, or do what I have, and see where we end up. How about Dean fires from behind the free throw line? No good. Hopkins clears. Drops it off for Fiskus. Harder's going to push through, and now skip pass up ahead to Hopkins. Hopkins in the lane. She floats, can't get it to go, grabs her own rebound. And Hopkins battles inside and gets it to go. She got that one over Dean. Now Bayard with a bit of their own press. Loomis Girdle and Slutterbush handle. Ella fires and hits. She's got 2. Lead grows back to 8. Skip pass up ahead. It was tipped. Run for it. Oh, and Nesbitt hits the floor, but it's going to go off her. Back to the Bulldogs. Fast-paced first quarter of play. Megan Klein is checked in. Klein, the senior. Pass in the corner was swatted away as she tried to get it into Fromm. Also, Elizabeth Velasquez is in. And Danica Hassel checks in for the Tigers. Loomis Girdle in the corner. Now drops it out. Fromm working on Fiskus. Fiskus holds. Fromm around, and we got a foul. Offensive foul on Slutterbush. Ball will go back to the Tigers. Ella's first. Norman receives the pass. Complimented yesterday on Norman's orange shoes. I dig it. Harder. Taking a page out of Brad's book. How about Hopkins? To the rack. She's got all 6 of the Tiger points. And Bayard cuts the lead in half, 12-6 here in the first quarter. Brad made the comment yesterday that Slutterbush is like a water bug out there. And then we made the comment later that Danny Harder's the same for the Tigers. So a couple of young ladies who really exemplify the word hustle. And it's on full display here. I'm hoping that all of my Bridgeport fans, all of my Bayard fans have made their way over to. Sometimes you just have to shake your head at technology. The internet locked up. YouTube dropped us. I can't get the internet here to work now. Have to change internet. It looks steady for now. I'm hoping for a clean broadcast so you guys can just sit back and enjoy this basketball game. It's a good one, and it's got a lot more in store. And then we've got the boys, too, at the end of the night. So we're not even close to being done with basketball action here at Cougar Palace, Western Nebraska Community College. I'm Scott Bedrowski on the Journal Star YouTube channel. Loomis Girdle will key it in. There she comes into your screen. Across the timeline. She'll set up the offense with the left hand. Slutterbush, she can shoot the triple. She fakes there. Ella just made a shot from that elbow. She's going to hold up. Drops it off for Velasquez. Now Slutterbush will shoot the 3. Back iron, no good. And Fromm's going to grab her rebound. Klein is in. She gets a touch now. Olivia fires off the iron, no good. Fought for inside, and Norman's going to clear. Fiskus pestered by Velasquez, the freshman bothering the senior up ahead to Norman. Loomis Girdle stole it away. Back the other way goes Olivia. She Euro steps with the right hand. She's fouled. Loomis Girdle going to line to shoot 2. This Bayard Tiger starting lineup and this team is just senior laden. 6 seniors are going to see a majority of the time on the floor. The 5 starters, Hopkins, Fiskus, Norman, Harder, and Nesbitt, and then Hassel will come off the bench. So a lot of experience as Olivia now 1 for 3 at the charity stripe. On the other side, you have Olivia, Loomis Girdle, you have Grace Dean, and you have Megan Klein as your seniors. But then, and you got some other players in there too as well. You're going to see a majority of those girls here tonight. But then a lot of young girls, a couple freshmen and a sophomore play a lot of minutes for Bridgeport as well. So future is bright for Bridgeport. Bayard's got to make hay this year. They've got a really good crop of senior girls. 45 seconds to go. Slaughterbush pestering Hopkins. And Hopkins and crew get up top to Fiskus. Fiskus wants to drive. She lost it. Norman got it back, and Norman's fouled. She'll go line to shoot two. Scarlett Norman absorbs the contact and heads to the line. Really nice having the scoreboard up there in the corner. You guys can follow along with fouls. Also, of course, the score. Bridgeport is the home team. They're in the white uniforms. Bayard is the darker uniforms, and they'll be your visitors on that scoreboard. And then also the time in the middle. Pretty good setup here at Cougar Palace. Kind of fun for everybody to play here. Bridgeport traveled well. Bayard has also traveled well. Two big fan bases here tonight as Norman gets them both to go. She cuts that lead to 5. And taken away. Nesbitt fires, no good. Hopkins pulls it down, puts it back. The turnover leads to easy points for the Tigers. Klein gets the inbound. Slaughterbush pushes it ahead from into Norman. Norman's blocked her once. She's going to back it back out. 15 seconds to go. We'll see if the Bulldogs hold for one shot. Fromm dribbles with the right hand. Olivia Brown streaking. Wow. What a job by the freshman to keep her balance. And that's going to end the quarter. 15-10 is your score. Olivia Brown extends that lead to 5 with that bucket. And we're headed to the second quarter. Bridgeport leading the Tigers by 5. Misty Siegel found me. Misty, I'm glad I saw your comment on the other broadcast. I'm glad you found this one. Thank you, Misty, for your support. Chelsea Nuss tuning in for the Tigers. Go Tigers. Thanks for tuning in, Chelsea. Appreciate you. And Janelle Stoger, thanks for streaming. I get to see my cousin play. Well, happy to do it. Happy to have you guys on board here this evening. It's been a fun day. This is my 5th game. I'm going to do all 6 tonight and this morning. So it started this morning at 11. I left Gordon about 7:40 and came down to Scotts Bluff, and been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. Watched a lot of really good basketball. It's always fun to watch these student athletes who put so many hours in the classroom and in the gym and everywhere else at home. Maybe they have a job and they still come out here and try their best and compete, and it's fun to show off that hard work and present it to everybody all over the United States. And if you want to drop me a line in the comments, go ahead. I try to read them, and you can let me know where you're watching from or who you're cheering for. Bayard will get the basketball to start the second quarter. Hopkins trap. She finds Fiskus. Fiskus drives through. She lost it. Dean tied her up. Almost a travel. Nesbitt fires baseline. Back iron, no good. Rebound down. Fiskus in the lane and one. Lexi Fiskus gets it to go. The senior can fill it up, and that time Dean's going to bump her. It'll be an and one opportunity for Lexi Fiskus. Watched Lexi play yesterday against Gordon Rushville. She never really got going. GR held her down, but that freed up Jocelyn Hopkins. Hopkins had 20-plus last night for Bayard. Now Fiskus trying to get in on some of the scoring here against the Bulldogs. She can't complete the old-fashioned three-point play, though, as Loomis Girdle had to throw it in the middle. Hassel and Loomis Girdle tie up. It'll be Bridgeport basketball. Olivia ran out of court, just had to toss it into the middle. Luckily, she was able to get back and tie up Bayard and keep the possession for her team. Olivia with the left hand steps through Norman and kisses off the glass. Just poetry in motion for the Bulldogs senior. Extends her lead back to 5 now. Fromm steals the inbound pass right in front of Norman. Tacey wants to drive. Slutterbush in the corner. Here about Olivia for 3. That's good, and Loomis Girdle is heating up. All just like that, the lead is back to 8. All that hard work down to 3 by the Tigers, and now it's back to 8. Hopkins needs help. She's trapped. Fiskus lost it right in front of you there. Bridgeport just flurry of jabs. Keeps the pressure on as, I really had no angle down there, kind of in front of my logos, but pressure caused Fiskus to fumble. Now Loomis Girdle looking for her third three. That's not what the Tigers needed. Loomis Girdle's got 3 triples. We'll tally her points here in a second. And Fromm stole it. The press is suffocating. Slutterbush, left hand, no good. Norman clears. Velasquez tries to tie her up, but she finds Hopkins. Hopkins throws it away right to Grace Dean. Fromm fires off the iron, no good. Fought for inside, and Norman drops it off for Fiskus. Timeout. Coach Ayler and the Tigers as Bridgeport on a run. It was 15-12, but 8-0 to the purple and gold. And just like that, it's 23-12. Loomis Girdle, I've got her down already for 14 points, including 3 triples. She got hot there for a second. Jocelyn Hopkins has 8 on the flip side. So Hopkins doing what she does best. Loomis Girdle doing her best as well. And let's put us where we are right now, 23-12. Joni Dudden tuning in. Thanks for the coverage. Go Bulldogs. Hey, you bet. Joni, thanks for jumping on board here this evening. Tiger timeout. Trying to stop that 8-0 Bulldog run. Tigers will inbound. Press is set. Foul on Slutterbush. That's her second. Shelby McKibben checks in for the Tigers. First time we've seen the sophomore. Velasquez remains out on the floor. Nesbitt to McKibben. McKibben back to Fiskus. The Bridgeport press has been troublesome, but that's the story for every team that plays the Bulldogs. There's another turnover. Fiskus lost it. (23-12). Loomis Girdle, foot on the gas pedal, poking and prodding, drops it off for Slutterbush. Slutterbush around to the left. Now she can drive it left, steps through, finds Dean. Dean wide open, hits. Grace Dean for 2. And now a 10-0 run for the Bulldogs. McKibben is stuck. She finds Hassel. Hassel over and back. Hassel got it to Norman. We've got a great look at it right here. That was just on the other side of the line. Not by much at all, but it is over and back. So turnover. Tigers get it back. Loomis Girdle. Her 4th triple of the half. McKibben up to Norman. Norman had to go off her noggin. Back the other way, Slutterbush. Fromm thought about it. She'll fire, she'll hit. Tacey Fromm for 2. It's turned into a 15-0 run. Olivia Loomis Girdle caused another turnover. The press unstoppable right now. Bridgeport up 18 on a 15-0 run. Harder checks in. She's able to deflect the ball from Loomis Girdle and then tie her up. So Harder checks in and makes an instant impact, gets the ball back for her team. This press, though, has the Tigers all out of sorts. Harder stepped on the line. She tried to make her way up the sideline there, but ran out of room, and that sideline can work as an extra defender. And it did in the Bulldogs' favor that time. Slutterbush across the timeline under the watchful eye of McKibben. Now Ella through the lane. It's tipped And Alexi Nesbitt has just checked in. Nesbitt hits the floor diving after that ball. Extra effort. Fromm checks in for Slutterbush. Ella will take a break. Dean in there on Nesbitt. Dean lost it. Fromm got it back, and then Fromm lost it. Bayard it goes. But the press does set up for the Bulldogs. Bridgeport comes into the game 18-0. Unbeaten so far in the 23-24 season. Bayard Tigers 18-2. So two teams who very well could get to 20 wins this year. Pass is deflected to Hassel. Harder into Dean, and Dean's going to foul her. Danny Harder going to go line to shoot two. I think that's a second foul on Grace Dean. Harder fixes the knee guard on the left knee. And she hits it. That breaks a 15-0 run by Bridgeport here in the middle portion of the second quarter. Their lead still stands at 17, though. Harder's second is no good. Hassel, how about that? Danica Hassel, extra effort. Offensive board and putback. Up ahead now. Bridgeport too fast for me. It's going to go off of Bayard. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. Timeout, Coach Coolin and the Bulldogs. 4:14 to go. Your scoreboard's correct. 30-15. Looking at the scoring, Hopkins still at 8, leading the Tigers, but Olivia Loomis-Girdle has blown up here in the second quarter. She's got 4 threes on her tally. Give her 17 first half points. So Loomis-Girdle leading the charge, the senior, ready to bring home, or wants to bring home, another WTC tournament championship. Fun environment here at the Cougar Palace. Lots of Bridgeport fans, lots of Bayard fans, of course. And then we've got Mitchell sliding in to face off with the Bulldog boys in the boys championship. So Mitchell, just a hop, skip, and a jump down the highway. They'll have a pretty good contingency here, and a lot of them already in the gym enjoying this one right here. So it'll be Bulldog basketball after their timeout. They're currently doubling up the Tigers, 30-15. Velasquez. Now Fromm working on McKibben. McKibben, good defense. Brown thought about the three. Now she'll take it. She's open. Brown hits. Wow, Olivia Brown. Harder working through the press. Danny doing it all herself. But she lost it and got a foul on Danny Harder. She bumps Velasquez when she was up against the sideline. Loomis-Girdle brings it across. Brown just hit a three. Now the pump. And Nesbitt took it away, but it's a jump. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. Alexi with a nice defensive play there to grab that basketball from Brown. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Bulldogs. Slutterbush is back in, and Ella working, but she lost it. Man, just her foot right on the line. Did not step out, though. Kept control. She brings it back around and drops it off for Fromm. Fromm through the lane. Finds Klein. Klein with a soft touch, and down it goes. Stolen by Fromm. Fromm fouled. 2 shots coming for Fromm. That Bulldog press pushing the envelope. Couple new faces out there, but a lot of the same results for Coach Coolin and crew. 18-0. One of the tops in C1. Sub-district play coming up quick here as Fromm makes them both. She's got 4. Fiskus to Nesbitt. Nesbitt tried to get it inside. It's going to squeak out to McKibben. McKibben left it short. We got girls all over the ground. And Loomis Girdle covering her head, trying to protect herself from getting a foot. Brown through the middle, no call. Fiskus corrals it. You're not going to get a call a lot of times like that when there's 3 girls waiting for you. They're going to say Brown initiated the contact is my guess. No call. Fiskus fires and hits. Lexi can do just that, and she can do a lot of it. Tiger fans want to see her get things going. Fromm is fouled by Hopkins. Be the third team foul on Bayard. First foul on Hopkins. Loomis Girdle, just off your screen there she comes, right by the Cougar logo in center court. Olivia stops, she pops, she hangs. Nice hesitation, can't get it, but she tipped her own rebound out to Slutterbush, so Bulldogs get another chance. Ella with a right hand at the elbow drops it off. Brown with a hand in her face, missed everything. Contested 3 is not good. Dean checks in for Klein. Pass is deflected by Fromm. It stays with the Tigers. Let me get the camera here. I need Brad Gates. Brad's my man. He's always my cameraman. Him and Mike Kreitman help me all the time. I am flying solo today, so I don't think my camera works up to snuff. I think those 2 guys do a better job than I do. Fiskus, little pop shot up to Hopkins. Hopkins racing Loomis Girdle. Here comes a shot by Fiskus. She missed it. McKibben blocked by Fromm. Olivia cleans it up. Loomis Girdle on the run out. Pink shoes streaking down the floor. Absorbs the contact. No call. She wanted one. Not going to get it. Fiskus fighting with Slutterbush. Fromm comes over to help. And she'll drop it off for Hopkins. Hopkins can hit the 3 as well. Saw that yesterday on full display. Fiskus can't get it to go. Fighting inside is Norman and Dean. It's going to go off Norman. Bridgeport basketball. Slutterbush across the timeline. Lead is 19. Dean with a beautiful fake and finish. Thing of beauty. Grace Dean's got 4, I believe. I'll check that here in a second. Tigers break the press. Under a minute to go before halftime. McKibben skip pass. Hopkins grabs it. McKibben now fires in the lane and she hits. Shelby McKibben for 2. Back the other way, Loomis Girdle fouled from behind on the bump. It's either Fiskus or McKibben. Fiskus. Olivia had some struggles at the free throw line yesterday and only 1 for 4 here tonight. So let's see if Loomis Girdle can get back on track. That will help. She's now 2 for 5. Has a chance to put that at an even 50% here if she can make this one and go 3 for 6. And she does just that. 2 more for Olivia. McKibben finds Hopkins. 28 seconds to go. Bayard just trying to get it past the 10-second line, and Nesbitt has it go off her fingertips, out of bounds, back to the Bulldogs. Slutterbush and Brown back in. I think we caught a quick glimpse of Aubrey Watts. We did, and Velasquez checks out as well. Watts checked in for a bit there on defense. Little strategical substitution by Coach Coolin. Slutterbush with 10 on the clock. Velasquez thought about it. Now back to Ella. Pass inside, and Fiskus knocks it away. The Tigers thwart the last chance effort there by the Bulldogs at the end of the second quarter. But Bridgeport goes into halftime with a big lead of 21 points, powered by a 15-0 run there in the middle of the second quarter. Let me do some tallying here as the teams head to the locker room. I'll give you halftime point totals before I take a little break. For the Bulldogs, Olivia Loomis-Girdle leading all scorers, 19 points. Big first half for the senior. Olivia Brown's got 5. Grace Dean has 4. Tacey Fromm has 4. 2 for Klein and 2 for Slutterbush to round out the scoring for the Bulldogs. For the Tigers, Jocelyn Hopkins is stuck on 8. She leads the team there. Lexi Fiskus has 5. Hassel, McKibben, and Norman with 2 apiece. And Danny Harder has a free throw for her 1 point. That's your scoring, 41-20. I'm missing some scoring as well because we had the technical difficulties. I'm missing 4 points for Bridgeport. My math is bad, but I do know that that's a mistake I made there as I was trying to get the technology to work. So Olivia very well could have more than 19, and as always, my stats are never official. Just me trying to keep up with the pace of play, the computer, technology, all that fun stuff. So don't take it as gospel, but I'm trying to give a little bit of a snapshot into how the game is going. Let's check the comment section here. Gary Oltman says keep it up and shout out Rick the ref. Well, there's a shout out for Rick the ref right there. All right, halftime here. You can see on your screen how much time is left before we get back to action here for the second half of play. I'm going to take a little break here. We'll set the headset down, and we'll be back with the second half of action after a short break. Stick with us. Both teams out of the locker room, and we're getting ready to start the second half of the WTC Girls Championship game. First half tipped pretty heavily to the Bulldogs. Credit the 15-0 run there. In the second quarter, that was a combination of some hot shooting by Olivia Loomis-Girdle and the press, causing turnovers deep inside Bayard territory. You never want to turn the ball over as a basketball team, but close to the hoop of the opposing team that's trying to score on you is about the worst place to do it, and Bayard did that a lot. And Bridgeport knows how to cash that in, and they did just that. That's why your lead is where it is. Otherwise, we probably have a 3-point ball game. But this is how we're going to enter the second half. Mitchell Tigers, Bridgeport Bulldogs, boys championship game coming up next. It'll be the 6th game here at WNCC. Shout out to the maintenance staff here, people working the concession stands, the officials, scoreboard operators, all of them. Man, long days for these kiddos. And the same people do it for the WNCC events as well. So they're right in the middle of their basketball season. And both teams are doing well for the local junior college. So here we go. Second half action as both teams waste no time, and they're going to come right to the floor. It'll be Bayard basketball. They'll be going left to right on your screen here in this half. Bridgeport headed right to left. And Olivia Loomis-Girdle just stole it right off the edge of your screen. Now she drives through and can't get it to go. Norman grabs the rebound. Fiskus handles. Up ahead to Harder. Harder and Fromm doing battle. Harder gives Fromm a little lady push. I don't know what to say. It wasn't very nice, but Bulldogs come away with it. Now on the other end, no call. Hopkins clears the rebound. And now Fromm. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were going to get Fromm for a foul. Instead, Fiskus stepped on the line. Turnover, Tigers. Bayard, and it's by design, but they've spent a lot of time along that sideline. And it's caused problems for them, and that's where Bridgeport wants to funnel you. It's by design. It's working out well right now for the Bulldogs. Loomis-Girdle, top of the key, drops it off. There's Brown. Brown dribbles. Finds Olivia. Olivia fakes one way, back the other, and one. Loomis-Girdle had 19 first-half points. Now 21, a chance to make it 22. Olivia, 3 for 6 now, 4 for 7 at the line. Hopkins working through the middle. Good passing by Bayard. Up ahead to Nesbitt. Nesbitt just about traveled, but got it off just in time. Hopkins nowhere to go. Fromm stifles her in the corner. Now Fromm takes it away. Fiskus turns it over. Fromm lost it herself. Now a bit of a back bender for Fromm as she gets tied up, but the Bulldogs able to recover. Fromm with a head fake. Through contact and the foul on Nesbitt. And Tacey Fromm going to go to the line to shoot 2. Fromm had 4 first-half points. 2 of those coming at the free throw line. She's 2 of 2. Now 3 of 3. And Fromm goes 1 for 2. Now 3 for 4 at the line on the evening. Pass is stolen away by Brown. Olivia Brown up and good. Skip pass. Fromm hits it. Goes to Fiskus, though. Pass is going to go up along the sideline once again. This time Fiskus gets out of there. And she double dribbled. Another turnover by the Bridgeport press. Oh, man, way up ahead. Loomis Girdle hits the floor. She wanted a foul call. She didn't get one. Lead up to 27. Harder, skip pass up ahead to Hassel. Hassel holds it up, looks for Danny Harder, drops it off for her. Harder to Nesbitt. Nesbitt baseline jumper too long. Didn't draw iron, and Fromm is trapped. Hassel picks it up. Danny lets it fly. Backside rebound comes tipped to Dean. Now Velasquez on the run out. The freshman pushes up ahead, finds Slutterbush. Ella dribbles with the left hand. Dean deep in the post in the finish. Dean's got 6. Lead to 29. Bayard has yet to score here in the second half. Almost 3 minutes off the clock. Fiskus drives and drops it off for Hassel. Hassel saves it. Nifty play by the senior. Hopkins fires the triple and Dean clears. Now quick outlet to Olivia Loomis Girdle. No stop for the senior. The senior lost it. She's fouled. Two more freebies attempts coming for Loomis Girdle. I've got her 4 for 7 on the evening. Kind of started slow, has made 3 in a row now. See if she can continue that here. And she does. The shooter's touch makes her 5 for 8. That lead, a nice even round 30. These two teams played a 12-point game just a few days ago. But tonight, so far, belongs to the Bulldogs. 31-point lead. Oh, I kind of went off screen there. Hopkins finds Nesbitt. Nesbitt finds Fiskus right along the sideline. It's amazing how many of these possessions end up on the sideline on the Bridgeport press. Now we got a foul on the baseline as Nesbitt gets bumped. We're going to give it to Klein, I believe. It is on Klein. Her first foul. And then Klein's going to get another foul as Fiskus runs into her in the lane, and Lexi going to go line to shoot 2. Lexi 0 for 1 at the line tonight. She's got 5 points. Going to get 2 cracks at it right here is the senior from Bayard. Bayard, a C2 school. These two teams will not see one another in sub-district play. The Bulldogs will jump in with the likes of the Gordon Rushville Mustangs, the Mitchell Tigers, the Sydney Raiders, and the Sheridan Cardinals. 1 for 3 is Fiskus. I haven't checked the sub-district for Bayard. Up ahead, though, Olivia Brown had it go off her head. Ends up in the hands of Fiskus. Easy steal for Lexi. Back the other way. Harder. Hesitation, has it poked out from behind. Fiskus fires the 3. Too strong. Hopkins inside, good. Jocelyn Hopkins has got 10. Board and put back for the senior on the offensive end. Slutterbush dribbles with a light pressure from Harder. Foul on Harder. Fourth foul on Danny Harder. That's not good. Harder's been a huge part of breaking that press when the Tigers have. It hasn't happened a lot. Bulldog press has been really good, but now Harder will have to sit for a while. Loomis Girdle, she drives and holds and hits. Another 2 for this outstanding senior, the leading scorer in WTC. She's showing you why right now. Averaging 23.1 points per game. Nesbitt doubled and throws it through Hopkins' legs. Right there in the bottom of your screen. Lead is back to 30. Still 3:20 to go in the third quarter. A lot of basketball left here in this game. Klein will dribble. She'll drop it off there for Olivia. Loomis Girdle with the left hand drives lane. Stops, drops it off for Klein. Unselfish play. Megan can't finish. Contested by Scarlett Norman. She does that really well. Good D from the senior from the Tigers. Now Fromm tips it. Tacey wide open and hits. Instant offense by Tacey Fromm as she takes the fast break steal and puts it through the hoop. Fiskus hits the floor. She turns it over. Can't really see what happened there. It's in front of that table, but official points toward the Bulldogs, so it is a turnover. Loomis Girdle fires a three. That one missed badly. She kind of says, my bad. Sometimes you need a heat check, right? You got to see if you're really on or not. She's been on, but that time she missed. Got a foul, I think, on Brown. 4 fouls now on Bridgeport, 4 on Bayard. Sorry, 3 on Bridgeport, 4 on Bayard. One more foul by Bayard, and Bridgeport is shooting free throws in the bonus. McKibben, nice little give and go from Norman. McKibben holds her dribble right there, and teammates come to bail her out. Fiskus breaks free, but she leaves it short. Loomis Girdle with a rebound. Up ahead. Slutterbush goes into the bleachers, and Ella's going to shoot 2. Sophomore, 12.5 per game so far this year for Ella. Spent a little time injured as well, but seems to be back in action. I think I heard concussion, or I guess it doesn't really matter, but she's back now. Has been for a while, putting in some quality minutes for the Bulldogs, as that free throw is good. Ella's got 3 tonight. Lead is 33, 2:16 to go, third quarter. Two for 2 for Ella, and she almost steals that one as she runs into the tunnel, comes back out. A high five from Coach Coolen for her effort. Hopkins has it stolen away by Fromm. Fromm with another steal. She's got a bunch of those tonight. Slutterbush will drop it off for Dean. Dean, athletic move to grab it. Fromm through Norman. Corner to Loomis Girdle. Skip past Slutterbush. Open for 3. Back iron, but it slipped in there. Looked like it might be a touch long, but I was wrong. That dropped right in there. Slutterbush with a 3. 37 now is your lead. And Hopkins back the other way. She's got a dozen. Like I mentioned earlier, we watched Jocelyn go for 20-plus against GR. She can score it. She's leading her team right now with 12. Slutterbush, she's got 5 in a row, 2 free throws and a triple. Dean way out on three-point line. She thought about the college 3. She'll drop it off for Ella. Ella had another look at it. Now through the screen. Dean, here she goes. Lets it fly, banks it in. Grace Dean from downtown. The senior with a smile on her face. Stolen away. And now Dean again. Got it to go. 2 in a row for Dean. A banked in 3 and a banked in layup. Good for the senior. Norman. Pass is deflected. Fromm is fouled from behind. And that's going to end the quarter. As you can see on your screen, the clock is a continuous clock. When you reach 40 in the second half, the clock does not stop running. Fromm's free throw trip is going to take up the rest of our third quarter, and we're going to head to the fourth. Back iron, no good. Tacey, well, she may be able to shoot this before the clock runs out. It's going to be close. They stop the clock. Fromm sends that one through. Now we'll end the quarter. Another big one from Bridgeport. They are in complete control. 25 more points in that quarter. Only 5 for the Tigers. It's 41. 41 points is your lead for Bridgeport, who looks in prime contention for another WTC Girls Tournament Championship. Destry Sturkle, go Bulldogs. Tessa Hurlbert not cheering on a team. Just Scott, go Scott. Thanks, Tess. Appreciate that. Longtime Mustang. Enjoying a little, basketball on a Saturday evening. Bulldogs out big here. Brown stops, and she'll fire. Steps through, and she hits Olivia Brown. Man, that was a good shot right there. That clock is going to run. We just got 8 minutes left in this one. It's just going to run right through. On the other side, Nesbitt missed it. Norman tiptoes the line, saves it into Fiskus. Fiskus lost it. We got a tie-up. And Hopkins ends up with the basketball, and she gets it to go. 14 for Hopkins. Back the other way come the Bulldogs. Skip pass over to Loomis Girdle. She's going to fire the triple in and out, no good. Rebound to Fiskus. Baseball pass up ahead. Harder in there with 4 fouls, and she's fouled. Danny will go to line to shoot 2. She is 1 of 2 here tonight. Going to get attempts 3 and 4 right now. Harder left it short. Another attempt incoming here for the senior. I should look up. Well, I was trying to look up some statistics and everything for this game, and that's when the internet froze, and that's what caused my problem. So I'm a little nervous to look anything up. I'm just going to kind of leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Harder goes 0 for 2. Just want it to work for the rest of this game and the rest of the next one. That's the number one goal. Slaughterbush through traffic. In the corner, Fiskus took it away and dropped it off for Norman. Athletic play by Lexi, and she creates the steal and the turnover. Skip pass up ahead. Nesbitt rolled it around, won't go down. Dean clears. Slaughterbush dribbles with the right hand through the Cougar logo. She drives through. No call. Now we got a call. Kind of late whistle on the outside official, but the call does come. Ella's going to the line to shoot 2. She's 2 of 2 there tonight. That one rolls off. 2 or 3. Slaughterbush has 7 points. That one goes down as well. 8 now for Slaughterbush. Big line change coming for Coach Coolin and the Bulldogs. Hopkins drops it off for Norman. Norman left it short. Loomis Girdle pulls it down up ahead. Fromm on the run out. Fiskus fouls her. Fromm back to the line. She's been there for 6 attempts. She's 4 for 6. Fromm's first attempt is no good. Got some new faces checking in. Fromm missed them both. We'll get the new faces added to our list here in just a second. Stolen away by Tacey Fromm. She's not a new face. She puts it up and in. Fromm, the lone remaining starter in there. Velasquez picks up Hopkins. Stolen away. Now Fromm on the run out. Tacey will drop it off for Klein. Now Fromm will shoot the three. She missed it. Velasquez throws it off Hopkins. Hopkins grabs it. Back the other way. Fiskus fires, she missed. Hassel fires, she left it short. Rebound down to Jalen Nichols. Nichols up ahead. I believe that's McVicker. It is. Kelsey McVicker checks in 32. Baird stole it away. Up ahead, Nesbitt. Gets it to go. Aaliyah Nesbitt. Her first bucket. Timeout for Bayard as they get some subs in. All the starters are coming off. 14 for Bridgeport's now in. That's Aubrey Watts. Also, Samantha Hill hits the scorer's table. I think we're going to see Hill here in a minute. We'll check on the Bayard Tigers once they break the huddle. Boys Championship up next. We'll have the 20-minute warm-up. Probably looking at about a 7:15 start. Oh, just kidding. We have awards too. So probably closer to 7:30. We're going to start that. Bridgeport a little late out of the huddle. That was Shaylee West, who just checked in. West applying the pressure. Alexi Nesbitt in as well. We've seen Alexi a little bit earlier. Riley Hopkins in as well. Is that number 2 over there? Emily Huchin. That's how you say that. 2:10 to go. Brooke Whitney in as well. Nesbitt stops. She left it short. Nichols grabs the rebound. She drops it off for Hill. Back the other way. Hill's pass. I didn't quite get there, but it sailed out of bounds. DeWeberts. I like that. Good YouTube name, guys. Go Bulldogs from Chicago. All right. The Windy City. And you're talking to a guy who is a bit of a Cubs fan, so glad to have somebody checking in from Chicago. Timeout. Coach Kuhlen, he wants to talk about a few things with his subs as we're at the 1:45 mark. We will have the awards presentation after this game. Bayard will receive second-place medals, and Bridgeport will receive their medals as well, and they'll also get to hoist the Western Trails Conference Tournament Champion Trophy. Ball is keyed in on this side by the Tigers. Here they come across the timeline. That's Huchin. Ball's lost and stolen. McVicker takes it away. We've got a travel on Hill. McVicker steals it again. Klein with the pump, drops it off for McVicker. McVicker missed it. Rebound down to Whitney. 50 seconds to go. Nichols with a steal. Klein drops it off. McVicker through the lane. Up and is fouled. Clock will keep running. McVicker will shoot 2. It's about run the clock out. McVicker misses the first. Klein can't get it to go, fighting inside. Klein to McVicker. McVicker. And that'll do it. Bridgeport, WTC Girls Tournament Champions. 72-29 in convincing fashion. I'd like to get everybody lined up. I'm going to tally some stats here and try to give you a final statistical rundown. Bulldogs were led by Olivia Loomis-Girdle. 26 points is what I have Olivia down for. Remember, I missed 4 points in the beginning of the game when we were having technical difficulties, so Olivia may have had a couple of those. I think she did, but I can't confirm that. Tacey Fromm, 13. Grace Dean, 11. Olivia Brown, 10. And Ella Slutterbush with 8. Megan Klein with 2 to round out the Bulldogs scoring. Jocelyn Hopkins had 14 to lead the Tigers. Lexi Fiskus had 6, 2 apiece for Norman Nesbitt. That's Aaliyah Nesbitt, Hassel, and McKibben. And Danny Harder had a single point. Bayard receiving their medals right now from head coach Colton Ayler. Second place to the Bayard Tigers. Congratulations, Tigers, on a great tournament. And now the first place Bridgeport Bulldogs being announced. Bridgeport finishes up their announcements, and they're going to take a team photo. Your WTC champions, as they hand the trophy to Gray Steen and the team. WTC tournament champions celebrate. Now we'll see if they'll line up and take a photo. They will. Mitchell waiting at their bench. Bridgeport boys waiting at their bench, and they're getting ready to face off for the boys' title. As you can see on your scoreboard there, the clock is set at 20 minutes. That'll be a barometer as the two teams get ready. Alicia Bell, Tigers are number one in my heart. No matter what, no matter the score, go Tigers with love from Lincoln. Well said, Alicia. Thank you for joining in and supporting the broadcast. There's your clock. It's started. And we're 20 minutes away from WTC Boys Championship Basketball, the sixth game of the day. And it should be one of the better ones. Excited to bring it to you guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll turn the mic down to stop the copyrighted music leaking through. Don't need YouTube mad at me. And we'll be right back here in about, I'd say about 15 minutes. We'll get ready, a little pregame, talk about these two teams and the matchup and so on and so forth. So take a break, whatever you need to do. We'll be right back here in just a bit with the boys' championship action. Okay, everybody, 6.5 away from the start of the WTC Boys Championship game. I'll move this back over to the middle. We'll be ready for starting lineups here pretty quick. The Mitchell Tigers, let's talk about their path to where they are right now. If I could find my brackets. I have too many papers I've accumulated over the couple days I've been here. And the 10 hours I've been here now. Let me mark Bridgeport as the WTC champion for the girls bracket. Now flipping over to the boys. The Mitchell Tigers took down Gordon Rushville on the Thursday. Feels like a while ago, but it was just 2 days ago. 72-26, the Tigers beat Gordon Rushville. That matched them up with Kimball. Mitchell and Kimball did battle, and Mitchell was able to win that one, I believe. I want to say 49-48. I could be wrong. It was a 1-point game. And we watched the end of it on our way back from the tournament. Brad and I did on our way home in the car. So good game. Mitchell squeaks by Kimball. Kimball, a solid win today over Morrill, 56-31. So Kimball, obviously a formidable opponent, and Mitchell able to take care of business. Bridgeport also dispatched Morrill in the same fashion, 61-25. That was a semifinal round on yesterday. We had that game here on the broadcast. Impressive win for Bridgeport. Impressive win for Mitchell. The two teams are set to take off on an instant classic. I mean, you're talking about two teams that played on January 13th in Mitchell. It was a 55-53 win for the Port. So, but a 2-point win for Bridgeport. You know that these two teams want to win this one. You know Mitchell's got revenge on their mind. What a better way to avenge a loss than in a WTC championship game. Bridgeport wants to finish what they've started. So a couple storylines here, a couple good things to follow, and a couple good teams to watch. And it's going to be a great game. This place is full. A lot of people here enjoying this one from the friendly confines of the Cougar Palace on the campus of WNCC. Looking at the two teams, Mitchell will be the visitors on your scoreboard. They're the 2 seed. They're coached by Marty Gillen. They're 13-7 on the season. Desmond Smith, the junior guard, leads them with 14.4. Wayman Banks, the sophomore, the big man inside, wearing 42, 11.4. 6.6 for Aiden Hain. Aiden, a junior. Jackson Mitchell, the senior, number 23, 5.9. Creed Cheney, the freshman, 4.2. We'll see if we see Creed tonight. He's played in 14 games, 14 of the 20. We'll see Xavier Galloway, the sophomore. We'll see Clayton Schultz, the sophomore. Michael Placencio, the freshman, we'll probably see him as well. And can't read my handwriting. Clayton Thomas and Jordan McCarty are the 2 freshmen that round out the roster for the Tigers. On the flip side, for Coach Sean Sturkle and the 14-4 Bulldogs, Colby Luceto leads the Bulldogs in scoring, and he leads the WTC Conference in scoring. 15.9 per game for Luceto. Hayes Watts, the outstanding freshman, we watched him hit a couple threes last night. Very quick player, good ball player. Watts, 9.7 per game. Gage, 9. The outstanding sophomore, 9, averaging 9.7 per game. Landon Dean, the big man inside for the Bulldogs, 9.1. He's a freshman. Impressive to watch him work last night. Got quite the motor on him in the paint. Logan Metz, the junior, 5.2. Nick Weibert, the sophomore guard, 14, wearing number 14, 3.2. We'll see Bodie Dosey off the bench. Dosey, a senior. Colton Carrier, a sophomore, logged some pretty good minutes last night. Zach Luceto, also a junior guard, will log some minutes. Logan Leadhead, Braden Jimenez, Cody Bates, kind of round out the subs for Coach Sturkle and the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have hit the bench. Mitchell firing up a few more shots, and we're ready for championship basketball here on the Sheridan County Journal Star YouTube channel. I'm Scott Bedorowski, excited to bring you this championship action here this evening. Game 6 of 6. We've made it. When the day started, I wondered how I was going to feel by the 6th game of the day, and I feel pretty good. I want to give a lot of credit to Mountain Dew. I had one of those. I haven't had a Mountain Dew in a while, so had a Mountain Dew. That seems to give me a little boost here as we have gone past the 7 o'clock hour, and we're going to play well into the night. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be exciting, and I'm ready to go. Hope you are too at home. I welcome all comments. I leave the comment section open. You can turn that off on the YouTube settings. I like hearing from people. Let's just keep it classy. Remember, these are just kids playing. You can root for somebody, absolutely. Rooting for the Bulldogs, rooting for the Tigers. Tell me where you're watching from. Any of that. Or don't comment. Just sit back and enjoy. And I'll try to keep the camera on the action. A couple times I've been caught not quite where I need to be. It's sometimes that fast play makes it hard to keep up with, and I'm not used to my professional cameramen helping me out. So we'll try to keep up with the pace of play here tonight. Starting lineup's getting ready to start. The announcer's taking over. Mitchell Tigers will be announced first. The visitors on the scoreboard, they're wearing their black jerseys. We got orange and white trim for the Tigers. Student section comes out in full force. Wow, that's quite the line for the lineups. Desmond Smith, the first starter announced. Aiden Hain, the second starter, as Smith goes all the way through that lineup line. Clayton Schultz, the sophomore, wearing number 20. Third starter announced. 23, Jackson Mitchell, now announced. And here comes number 42, Wayman Banks. Smith, Hain, Banks, Schultz, and Mitchell, the five starters for the Tigers. Colby Lucetto, first starter announced. Number 2, Hayes Watts, the freshman, comes through the line. And now a sophomore, number 12, Gage 9. Nick Weibert up off the bench, the sophomore wearing number 14. Weibert comes through the line. And finally, Landon Dean, the freshman, wearing number 42. Your fifth starter for the Bulldogs. Lucetto, Watts, 9, Weibert, Dean for the home Bulldogs against the visiting Mitchell Tigers. That's how you want to keep track of your scoreboard. Dean into the center. I think that's Hain in there as well. Tip will go to Dean. He tips it back. Gage 9 will start things off, being followed by Smith. Man-to-man defense right off the bat for the Tigers. 9's pass is tipped, and Landon Dean goes up and gets it under the pressure of Wayman Banks. So Bridgeport keeps the basketball. Lucetto, the leading scorer in the WTC. Bridgeport wants to get him going early. Dean on the mismatch. Works through, but he lost it. Hain collects the loose ball for the steal. Back the other way come the Tigers. Smith through the lane, draws contact, no call. Ball comes out. Watts on the run. The freshman stops at the elbow. He pops, and he misses. Dean pulls down the rebound. Dean back up and in. First bucket goes to Landon Dean. And the Bulldogs, the press handled by Smith. Desmond Smith, the outstanding guard for Mitchell. Has started since day one as a freshman. I should go back and look at what his stats are because he's been accumulating them for what is now his third year. Weibert absorbs the contact from Banks, and Banks can't get it to go with the left hand. No call. Officials are going to let him play. Dean driving on Banks. Over Banks. Can't get it to go, and Hain clears. Smith lost it for a second. Now a little bit of a loose ball comes out. It goes to Banks. Tipped around, and 9 is going to... No, that's Watts. Watts controls. Watts through the lane. Up and one. Hayes Watts to the rack. Count the bucket and the foul. Watts will go line to shoot the free throw, trying to get the old-fashioned three-point play. That free throw is no good. Back the other way come the Tigers. Smith up top. Dribbles. Drops it for Hain. Hain now there's Banks. The battle of 42s underneath, and Wayman Banks counters with his own and one attempt. The Tigers student section fills up the whole back end down there. That's pretty cool. Good for them. Sure makes a fun atmosphere here at Cougar Palace when both sides are cheering for their teams. Banks' free throw is good. 4-3. 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. Shot off the mark by Watts, cleared by the Tigers. Back the other way comes Mitchell, looking to take the lead. Smith drives, he lost it. That's going to be tipped by the Bulldogs. It'll stay right here with the Tigers. Smith through contact. Boy, they're letting him play inside. Dean is going to grab the rebound. Wow, a lot of contact. We're going to let him play tonight, boys. 3 ball. Lucetto stepped on the line. Wouldn't have counted either way. Did not go in. Back to the Tigers it goes. Smith to Mitchell. Jackson Mitchell, 4-2 in the lead, switches over to the Tigers. Watts with the pass to Dean, and we got a kick. Banks kicked it. Smith was on the floor. He kind of bounced it off Dean, and then Banks used his foot to stop it. That results in a Bulldog possession. Lucetto stops, he floats, can't get it to go, fighting inside for the rebound. It's going to be off of Smith. It'll stay with Bulldogs. Another chance here for Bridgeport. Dean working on Banks. Dean absorbs the contact, left it short, Smith clears. Desmond on the run out. Steps through. Mitchell open for 3, hit it. Jackson Mitchell, good from downtown, and just like that, the Tigers doubling up the Bulldogs. Watts' hand check fouled by Hain. Second foul on Hain. Pretty important. One of the starters for the Tigers is going to have to go to the bench. In comes Michael Placencio, freshman, wearing number 30. Jumps in. He'll guard the other freshman, Hayes Watts. Metz had a good cut but couldn't quite get it to go. Now Placencio is going to foul him, and Metz is going to line to shoot 2. Logan Metz, the junior, off the bench. 5.2 points per game. That's pretty good production for a bench player. But Coach Sturkle not afraid to use Metz. And Metz hits the first. That's a pretty loud student section down there. You can see them in your screen. It's pretty full. Not fun to shoot into that if you're with the Bulldogs. But Metz missed the second, 1 of 2 from Metz. 8-5 is your score. Smith to Placencio. Placencio on the baseline. Now Mitchell fired for 3. Another one. Jackson Mitchell's hit 2 in a row, 11-5. Tigers out to a 6-point lead. Mitchell's got 8. Lucetto through the middle, a lot of contact, no fouls called. Mitchell on the run out, got it to go, timeout Bridgeport. Jackson Mitchell with 10 points for the Tigers. And they have run out to an 8-point lead here in the early going. 3:53 to go first quarter. And the Bulldogs take a timeout. They're going to talk it over and get things squared away. Bulldog basketball out of their timeout. Nine will bring it across the timeline. 3:50 to go, a lot of ball game left. First punch thrown by the Tigers, though. Metz on the cut and the finish. Well drawn up, well executed out of the timeout. And the Bulldogs answer. Still down 6. Banks working for it inside, and Lucetto and Banks are tied up. Mitchell gets it out now. Smith fires, and he hits 2. 2-point shot for Desmond Smith. Weibert through the middle, left it short. Banks defending. Placencio checks in and has had a huge role right off the bat. Big minutes off the bench for the freshman. He's got to go, though. 5-second call going. Smith working on Watts. Shot up and one. Late call comes in. It is an and one opportunity. Clayton Schultz gets the finish. He'll go line to try to do the old-fashioned three-point play. The official on the outside here made kind of a delayed call. There was some contact, so maybe not the wrong call, but just interesting it came from here and not under the hoop. Schultz missed it. And that was Lucetto that cleared it. Lead is 10 for the Tigers. 17-7. Bridgeport playing from behind in this one to start. Metz working on Banks. Metz, nice touch in the finish. Logan's got 5. 17-9 now. Approaching the 2-minute mark here. First quarter. WTC championship action on the boys' side. Schultz got poked in the face. Banks doubled. Doesn't matter. Fades away, missed it. Had a look, but kind of a tough one. Now up ahead. Lucetto on the run out. Lucetto controls the body and finishes. Beautifully done by the senior. Smith back the other way, and he's fouled by Weibert. 3 fouls now on the Bulldogs. Landon Dean's coming back in. We're going to see Xavier Galloway for the first time. Galloway is a long, lanky young man. He's going to jump down and tussle up with Dean as Banks takes a break. And that's a turnover. Botched inbound play by the Tigers results in the Bulldog basketball. Now they get it with, or down 6. Looking to cut into that Tiger lead. 9 steps through. Just inside the free throw line, he hits. Gage 9 with a bucket. Another foul on the floor. Weibert picks up his second foul in a row. And Lucetto's going to check back in for Weibert. Smith working on Lucetto. Galloway. Wow, how did he get that pass through there? But Smith did just that. Up ahead now quickly. 9 drops it off. Lucetto wants to fire a 3 off the iron. No good. Backside rebound. Placencio. Up ahead comes number 30. Smith with a great pass to Galloway on the last possession. He's an outstanding point guard, but he also can score. That time it's going to come up short on the attempt. 9 can also pass it. Metz, Dean way outside, working through. Mitchell can't get it to go, fighting for his own rebound. Tip back in the hands of Schultz. So Dean with a nice step through. Timeout. Coach Gillen and the Tigers, 33.3 seconds to go. 19-13 is your score. Mitchell still leading all scorers with 10. Logan Metz has 5 for the Bulldogs. Two Frees U2. Go Bulldogs. That's just a YouTube name there, I guess. I got Jackson and Carter's Adventures. Let's go Bulldogs. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Cheering on Bridgeport tonight. Tiger basketball. Mitchell working, they lost it. Placencio gets it back though, finds Galloway. Traveled. Creed Cheney had the pivot foot slip up just a bit, and the official caught it right there, called the travel. Cheney was open for the 3, but he elected to not take it. Might have been better off giving that a shot. Under 10 seconds to go. 9. Lucetto lost it, fires, it'll count. It will not go though. And there we go, first quarter in the books. Mitchell leading the Bulldogs 19-13 after the first quarter of play. It's been a good one so far. Been a lot of fun, a lot fast pace, a lot of contact inside. The officials really letting them play down there. We've had that conversation before on our broadcast, how when things get to sub-districts or district finals or even the state tournament, seems to be less and less fouls called. More things left up to the players and less whistles by the officials. This isn't a championship game right here. Seeing a little bit of that now. It is the first quarter, so I hope I don't speak too soon. But things can change over the course of a game, but as of right now, that's the way things are looking as Mitchell will start with the basketball. There's a cut. Pass to Mitchell was too low. He's got a pair of triples. That would have been a good spot for him there. Lucetto working on the freshman, but it's Metz that takes it away. Up ahead, Watts drives and gets it to go with the left hand. Hayes Watts for 2. Smith back the other way now. Smith driving through 3 guys. No call. Back the other way. Watts again with the left hand. 2 in a row. Hayes Watts just taking control. Timeout Mitchell. Full timeout. Marty Gillen upset as Hayes Watts goes coast to coast for 2 back-to-back layups. And just like that, the lead is down to 2 for the Tigers. Oh, Cale Peters jumping on. Let's go Mitchell. Gary Oltman, it's not important what the score is at the end of the first. That's correct. A lot of basketball left. Thanks for the comment, guys. Watts has got 6 now. He leads the Bulldogs. Mitchell still led by Mitchell. He's got 10. Pretty early here, second quarter. Press put on by the Bulldogs. Handled skillfully by the Tigers. But Lucetto takes it away. Now back the other way. The senior, he's fouled and one. Colby Lucetto turning defense into offense. And a crack at the old-fashioned three-point play as Lucetto got the steal and drew the contact. Tied the game up at 19 apiece. Chance to put the Bulldogs ahead by 1. Lucetto hits it. Bridgeport leads. Smith is fouled. Going to give 9 the foul. Oh, no, sorry, Watts the foul. Creed Cheney checks out. Aiden Hain checks back in. Good minutes there from Cheney, the freshman. Giving Hain a break. Hain had 2 fouls, or has 2 fouls. So Coach Gillen doesn't want him any more foul trouble. Now on the other side, Wayman Banks on the feed from Desmond Smith. 21-20. Nine to Lucetto. Lucetto fires. Back iron, no good. Lucetto off early from downtown. Smith working through traffic. Driving through. Stops, can't get it to go. Fights for his own rebound. And that was Metz who saved it. Here goes Watts on the run again. Working on Mitchell. He lost it into the student section. Nine saved it. What a play by Metz as he goes flying into the table. About knocked the radio guy over. 9 in the corner. What extra effort by the Bulldogs. Those are the kind of possessions that win you ball games. Coach Strickle likes that. Oh, I got the screen too far to the right there. Sorry, there we go. You've got 9 now on top of the key, drops it off. Bulldogs working hard. 9 will fire, and he's fouled by Smith. Gage 9 going to shoot 3. Nine contends with the Rowney student section just fine, at least on the first attempt. 2 more incoming here for Gage. One rattles out of there. About halfway down, didn't go down. Nine's third attempt. He goes 2 for 3 at the line. He's got 4 points. Bridgeport retakes the lead, but by a single point, 22-21. 5:30 mark, second quarter. Smith, top of your screen, he'll control. Schultz in the corner, there's Hain. Hain back out to Schultz, Schultz to Smith. Smith to Banks, Banks at the free throw line, finds Schultz. Schultz fires a three, back iron no good. And Watts, good rebound and skillfully held his dribble. Freshman showing skill beyond his years. Quite a few freshmen out here on both sides. You wouldn't know they were freshmen unless you looked at the program. Watts drives, free throw line wide open. He lets it go and he hits it. That's about as wide open as you can get. Hayes Watts has 8. And Bridgeport with their biggest lead of the evening at 3, 24-21. Mitchell, Lucetto's defender. Lucetto fell down. He might have rolled his ankle. Mitchell takes advantage and hits his third three. Lucetto was there, but he tripped on his, I don't know if it was on Mitchell or on his own foot. That freed up Mitchell to hit the three to tie this game. He's got 3 of them. Now Schultz takes it away. Back the other way, Schultz to Jackson Mitchell. Now Smith wants to work. He gets doubled. Works through it, drops it off beautifully for Banks. Another assist for Desmond Smith and a finish by Wayman Banks. Just like that, 5 points back toward the Tigers. They lead by 2. Watts, baseline, fires, left it short. Dean had to go over his head, mistimed his jump, and Metz got it back, missed it. Dean got it back and rolls it in. Landon Dean for 2. A good effort inside there by Metz and Dean. Results in a Bulldog basket. Lucetto stole it over the top of the head of Hain. Back the other way. Watts flies through the lane. Watts wanted a foul. He showed the official that he got slapped on the arm. Official said, nope, that went off you. Back to the Tigers. One of those freshmen I mentioned that you wouldn't know it unless you looked in the program. That's Michael Placencio. He checks back in. Number 30 for the Tigers. He's played some solid minutes already for the black and orange. He's got the ball up top. Skip pass in the corner. There's Mitchell. Mitchell's got a couple threes. Now he's going to step just inside. Too strong. He had the 3-ball distance on it, but he was inside the line. Results in a shot that goes too far. Bridgeport back the other way. Dosey checks back in. Watts with the pump. Elbow jumper from Watts. Iron no good. Rebound down to Mitchell. Jackson looking for help, and it's off of Metz. Bridgeport's going to back off. Smith in no hurry. Pass to Galloway, shot up in the air, and 9 corrals it. Up ahead to Watts. Watts will hesitate. Drop it back out. 9 open for 3. Left it short. Rebound down to Galloway. Taken away by Metz. Metz is fouled by Galloway. Effort on Max by both teams right here. Galloway got a little physical. Official talking with Coach Sturkel. He doesn't like that wasn't more than just a regular foul. He felt like it should have been a flagrant. Lucetto on the inbound, hit it. So the foul pays off for the Bulldogs as Lucetto sees his first one go through from beyond the arc. Colby's got 8. Pass inside, stolen by Dosey. Dosey throws it away. Wayman Banks now a scrum on the floor, and Banks finds Smith. Smith holds it up. Hain for 3, left it short. Rebound down to Dosey. Up ahead, quickly, 9. Let me get on him. He fades away and he hits. Gage 9 ahead of the camera. It doesn't matter. It counts either way. He's got 6. Lead is up to 5 all of a sudden by the Bulldogs. Dosey, the longer senior, applying pressure to Desmond Smith. Now Smith gets the ball back in the corner, looking for somebody. Smith is a wizard when it comes to passing. Seen a couple really good ones already tonight. Baseline drive is swatted out of bounds. In the game is Colton Carrier. I was looking for his name. I know his name. Zach Lucetto is going to check in here too as well for Bridgeport. And Nick Weibert's going to have a seat along with Bodie Dosey. Placencio drops it out. There's Schultz, skip pass in the corner back to Smith. Smith looking for Mitchell. Mitchell's not there. 35 to go before we're headed to the break. Tigers need a bucket. That's been their man so far. Mitchell not able to get one off there. And there's a foul as Smith gets hit from behind, and they're going to give it to Lucetto. Desmond with only 2 points so far, averaging 14.4 per game. He'll have a chance to put a little bit of that toward his scoring average here from the free throw line, his first trip. Smith 1 for 1. He's got 3 now. Lead down to 4. Probably looking at a one-possession type deal for Bridgeport here. 21.2 before half. They've got the lead. They'll have the lead no matter what happens on this free throw. Free throw missed. Watts. Rebound. 1 for 2 for Smith. Lead remains at 4. Carrier with a hook off the iron, no good. Rebound down to Schultz. Now, Mitchell with time. Smith through the lane. It was tipped by 9. I didn't go far enough there. Told you these boys are too quick for me. 3.6 seconds to go. Tigers with a chance now. Coach Sturkle wants something to happen there, but it's not going to. Placencio drives, drops it out. Schultz won't get it off in time. And we'll head to halftime. Your scoreboard is correct. 31-27. Let me do a quick tallying here. I'll let you know where we're at points-wise. Bridgeport leading 31-27. They're being led by Colby Lucetto and Hayes Watts, both with 8. Gage 9 has 6. Landon Dean has 4. Logan Metz has 5. Your game's leading scorer is on the Mitchell side. That's Jackson Mitchell. He's got 13 points. 7 for Wayman Banks. 3 for Desmond Smith. 2 apiece for Schultz and Galloway. 31-27, your halftime score in the WTC Boys Championship game. We've got a good one. We knew it would be, and it's lived up to the billing so far. Jamie letting them play, good to see. Matthew says, go get them, Coach O. Doug Vasquez says, go Bulldogs. Diane says, you're doing a great job. Thank you. You're welcome, Diane. Thanks for tuning in. Brandy Linders, thank you so much for broadcasting these teams. So lucky to have you. My pleasure. It's been a fun day. I'm excited to be a part of it. And I can't believe it. It's been a long day, but it's amazing that it's almost over. One more half of basketball, and I'm excited. It's going to be one of the better ones we've seen all day. So stick with us. You can see on the scoreboard there when we're going to start the second half, about 8:20 to go. I'll jump back on without a minute, and we'll preview the second half. Don't go anywhere. Both teams are out of the locker room, and we're getting ready to start the second half of basketball. And what's been a great game so far, 19-13, Mitchell led it after one quarter of play. Then Bridgeport came storming back and led by 4 heading into the break. 31-27 is where we stand as both teams are at their benches receiving a last bit of instruction. Been a little bit of pushing, a little bit of shoving. Kind of what you expect in a championship basketball game. Trust the officials will keep things going here. Yeah. Doug Vasquez, thank you, job announcing, running the camera, keeping the stats. Am I missing anything? Nope, Doug, that's about it. That's about it. You missed it earlier when we had some technical problems, some internet issues. Got that squared away, I hope. Yeah, if maybe Mandy Bentley, she removed her comment, but Bridgeport is the home team. Now that they're back out on the floor, just a little tip always is the team in white is your home team. The white homes, and then in this case, the road jerseys for Mitchell are the black jerseys. So your visiting team is the Tigers from Mitchell, and Bridgeport is your home team. It will be Bridgeport basketball to begin the second half. They'll work it around. Starting 5 out there for Bridgeport. Dean gets trapped. Throws a pass. It's going to go over and back. So a turnover by the Bulldogs. Kick things off here. Tigers working it around. Man-to-man defense by the Bulldogs. There's Mitchell. Schultz thought about it. He'll back it out to Hain, over to Smith. Smith into Banks. Everybody's got a touch now. Banks gets thrown out of bounds. And Dean's going to call for a push. Second foul on Landon Dean as him and Banks are becoming friends down there. A lot of contact, but such is the case sometimes in the paint. Smith gets his man in the air and he kisses it off the glass. And we've got a technical foul. Desmond Smith receives a technical foul. Nine shoots the free throws. He hits the first. Smith made the bucket. And then I think something was said after the bucket. Maybe Desmond thought he was fouled, but something was said to the official or in the direction of the official. The official blew the whistle, came out to center court, and delivered the technical foul to Desmond Smith. Now Smith can check out, and in comes Creed Cheney. So I said earlier things were getting a little bit chippy, and Smith took exception to the no call underneath the hoop, made his opinion heard, and received a technical foul. Watts steps through. Wide open, but he kicks it out. Lucetto drives baseline back out to Watts. Watts open for 3, steps through. Nice move, left hand, rolls it down. That baby hung up there for a bit, but it goes in. So the technical along with the Watts bucket extends the lead to 6. Turnover. 9 on the run to Watts. Watts gets his man in the air temporarily and then just shoots it over him. 12 points for Hayes Watts. Hain is checked into the bleachers. No call. That might have been a miss. Hain recovers, though, and fires the three. Front iron, no good. Rebound down to the Tigers. Jackson Mitchell back over to Schultz. Banks will fire the three, left it short, and then he going for his own rebound, bumps Weibert. No call, but Dean working on the smaller Schultz. Dean missed it. Weibert grabbed the rebound. Now a loose ball comes out. Lucetto fires off the iron, no good, and we got a foul. Banks is going to get called for the push. Metz checks in. The officials seems to be very intentionally putting a stop to some of the play under the hoop as they give Banks a foul. It's just his first, but Mitchell had the rebound. So Bridgeport gets it back, up by 8 now. 9 in the lane. He hangs and he hits. 9's got 10. Placencio is chased by Watts. Now trapped. Stolen away by Weibert. Here comes Watts. Drops it off for Lucetto. Lucetto hit in the face. Going to go to the foul line as he's harmed by, let's see who the foul is on. It's 30, Placencio, so his second. Lucetto going to the line. 10-point lead now. Biggest lead for either team. I think Mitchell was up 10 early, first quarter. But Bridgeport, biggest lead for them now at 10. Lucetto, though, at the line, and he hits it. We switch sides, and Colby doesn't have to contend with the rowdy Mitchell student section while he shoots free throws. His student section is very quiet, very supportive. Second one is good. I've got Lucetto 3 for 5 at the line here tonight. And he tips that one off of the hand of Cheney. So turnover. Nine will bring it across. Weibert back out to 9. Lucetto. 3 ball. Timeout. Mitchell, full timeout. Lucetto hits a 3 and pushes that lead to 15. This game has flipped since the technical foul. Smith scored it. That's the only bucket that we've seen so far for Mitchell this half. And then following that bucket, he was handed a technical foul. 9 made the ensuing free throws, and it's been all Bulldogs since, as Smith is on the bench. I'm not sure if Coach Gillen has a rule about technical fouls, but Desmond only has 2 fouls, so he's not in foul trouble, but there could be some team rules there that I'm not aware of, and we're not going to get into it. But as it stands, it's a 15-point lead for the Bulldogs in the WTC Championship. This third quarter has been owned by the purple and gold. And Lucetto's been a big part of it. 9 has been as well. Watts up to 12 points. Lucetto's at 13, 9 at 10. So you got 2 in double digits, 3 in double digits. Lucetto, Watson, 9. Mitchell basketball. Bridgeport's going to put the press on. Placencio dribbled it. Just a natural reaction. He started to move down the baseline. He had the ability to move. It was after a made shot, but he dribbled it. Officials are talking about it. I don't know the explanation. But Coach Sturkle seems okay with it, so it's going to go back to the Tigers after some clarification. So as long as the coaches and the officials are on board, that's fine by me. That inbounds pass is deflected right back at Schultz from Metz. Stolen away. No look pass. Watts fouled. Going to the line to shoot 2. Watts has been to the line earlier. He's 0 for 1. He's got 12 points. The freshman, left-hander, sizes up, lets it fly, and hits. 1 for 2 is Watts. Smith back in. Watts' second attempt incoming. Freshman delivers. He's got 14 now. 2 for 3 at the line. Smith, they need him to break this press. Desmond working. Finds Jackson Mitchell back to Desmond Smith. Smith through the lane. Finds Cheney. Creed. Cheney for 3. Lucetto steps through, no good, and Banks rebound. Smith now fouled by Watts. Desmond Smith checks back in. He streaks through the lane, finds an open Cheney in the corner, and the freshman rewards his junior point guard with an assist. And then on the other end, Banks with a big rebound, and then Smith fouled in the middle of the floor. The lead is still 14, but the Mitchell student section and the fans have come back alive as their junior has returned to the floor. Long way to go here. A lot of basketball halfway through the third quarter. Banks with a touch inside, draws the double. Mitchell fires the 3, got it. Back-to-back threes for the Tigers, and don't look now, they're down 11. Jackson Mitchell's got 4 of those. Beautiful cut, Dosey, and 1. Wow. What a find by Lucetto. Streaking Dosey into the lane. Puts it in and draws the contact with the finish. Dosey, the senior, coming off the bench for Coach Sturkle. We watched him throw some really good passes last night as well. Banks clears the missed free throw, though. Dosey just gets the 2-point bucket. 13 is your lead. Smith into Banks. Banks tipped it up to himself. Back out. Banks inside. Gets it to go. Wayman Banks. Timeout. So a little life on the Tigers side. They're down 11, but they've been making a pretty good push. A 3 from Mitchell, a 3 from Cheney, and then Wayman Banks with a bucket in the paint. On the other side, though, Dosey answered with his own on a great pass from Lucetto. So back and forth we go, 3:37 to go in this one. Susan Young, thank you for the awesome announcing. Thanks, Susan. Appreciate the nice comment. Been my pleasure. And Danita Turnbull, who's a member of my Star Club for the Gordon Rushville broadcast, Larry says to tell you he's enjoyed spending the day with you. Great job. And since you're doing it all alone, yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, Larry and Danita. There's a couple Gordon Rushville fans who just have been sitting back enjoying some basketball here all day. 11 a.m. till 8:15 p.m. so far. A lot more to go here. Appreciate all the kind words. 9. Left hand through the logo. Across the timeline, Bridgeport will set up. It looks like a little trap zone here from the Tigers. And the pass from Lucetto is wide left. Goes off the fingertips of Weibert. Turnover back to the Tigers. Mitchell faked it. Drives in. Schultz bobbled it, got it back. Smith had it poked away, got it back. Desmond drives, finds. 3-ball, no good. Banks fighting inside with Dean, and it's going to go off the line, and it's going to be off Banks. Banks fighting in there with Dean. And good effort by both men, but Banks is going to bounce it off the line. So Bridgeport gets it back. Dean in the corner. Watts fires a 3. Got it. Hayes Watts for 3. Skip pass in the corner. Schultz does a nice job to catch that. Baseline. No good by Cheney. Back the other way now. Bridgeport looking to add to that lead. There's Lucetto for 3. Back iron, no good. Too strong. Smith, long rebound. Now a run out. Him and Watts are racing. Lucetto was there as well. And Smith with a beautiful shot attempt, but he can't get it to go down. Impressive. The step through, the hang time, and the finish. That was off of Watts' leg. Turnover, Bridgeport. So Tigers get it right back. Smith across the timeline. 2 minutes remaining in period number 3. Banks with a touch, finds Mitchell. Got a double foul underneath on Dean and Banks. So it's a double foul. It's a jump ball, so it stays with Bridgeport. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that on the broadcast, a double foul. But I guess if it's deserving, then it's the right call. The official trying to stop some of the physical play inside, or at least clean it up. Smith drives. He has it taken away by Watts. Lucetto back the other way, over to Watts. Watts hangs and hits. Hayes Watts having a big night. He's got 18. Bulldogs lead by 16 with 1:20 to go. Banks fading away with left hand. He's fouled. Dean doesn't like the call. Banks is going to the line. Wayman, a perfect 2 of 2 at the line. He's got 10 points now. 3 here in the second half. The lead remains at 15 as Metz comes in to relieve Dean, who has 4 fouls. That one's a miss, but Smith gets the rebound. Desmond up and good. Rebound and put back by Desmond Smith. He's got 7 on the evening. Pass from Watts and nobody's home. Watts saw something, but it wasn't there evidently as it slips through the Tiger defense, not touched, out of bounds. Weibert stole it away. Watts now underneath, gets it to go. Huge play from Nick Weibert as he slips in there and takes the ball away from Smith. Lead back to 15. And Smith is fouled by Weibert. Third foul on Wybert, and Smith is going to shoot as we are at 5 team fouls for the quarter. Desmond now 2 of 3 at the line. Point total creeping up to 8. Lead still 14 for the Bulldogs. Smith's second is good. 3 of 4 now at the line is the left-handed junior. 9 brings it across timeline. We'll see if Bridgeport holds for one shot or if they're going to go. Judging by Bridgeport, they're going to go. And speaking of the devil, there goes 9. He finds Watts. In and out, no good. That thing was halfway down. Watts thought it was in. Not going to lie, so did I at my angle, but it bounces out. Now Smith back the other way. Hangs and hits. Desmond Smith coming alive. The junior has 11. 2, 1. Lucetto fires. Back iron. No good. Would have counted. Lucetto got it off in time. But as it stands, 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. Another big quarter for Bridgeport. Put up 24 points. On the other end, 18 points for the Tigers. 55-44, 11-point lead. Bridgeport came out firing in third quarter, but a late push there by the Tigers, led by Desmond Smith. Smith up to 11 points now. Jackson Mitchell still leading the Tigers in scoring. He's got 16, including 4 triples. Wayman Banks has got 10 now. On the other side, Hayes Watts has come alive for the Bulldogs. I've got Watts at 19. Lucetto's got 13. 9 has 10 points. Landon Dean, Logan Metz still 4 and 5 apiece, and Dosey added in 2 of his own. So Hayes Watts up to 19, Jackson Mitchell at 16. A couple of young men having good nights. Fourth quarter. Had to be a good one. A little bit of foul trouble for the Bulldogs. Landon Dean's got 4. May not see him till about halfway through this quarter. Carrier takes the inbound. He'd like to drop it off for a guard, and he finds one. There's Watts. Touch inside for Lucetto. He hangs and hits. Right on cue, the senior averaging almost 16 a game. Up to 15 now. Schultz in the corner. There's Mitchell. Finds Smith up top. Desmond working on Wybert. Wybert wants him to go right. He will. Drops it off. There's Cheney. Creed Cheney. Another 3. The freshman's got a pair of them. Lead back to 10. Watts trying to counter with his own 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound sealed off and grabbed by Smith. Nice box out there by Desmond Smith. Steps through. Off the iron, no good. 9 pulls down a rebound in traffic. Up ahead to Watts. Watts on the baseline. He's cut off. Wybert not going to shoot it. Drop it off for Carrier. Carrier and Metz are going to have to play some extra minutes here as Dean is on the bench with 4 fouls. 9 on the cut. No good, but Cheney's going to foul him, and Gage 9's going to go line to shoot, where he has 4 of 5 here tonight. Defense broke down there. 9 had a perfectly clear route to the basket. He gets fouled, though. So the sophomore hits his first. Nine. His second attempt, in and out. Got a lane violation. So Nine's going to get another crack at it. Lane violation on the Tigers. So Gage 9, I don't know if this is going to bode well for the Tigers to give a guy another chance, and he hits it. He makes him pay. It's kind of how that works. Usually, oh, no shot. Okay, we had a lane violation, and then we had a Bulldog with a foot on the line. So it does not count. Well, now we're having fun. All sorts of fun stuff going on. Smith trapped in the corner. He's got to go. He heaves it up ahead to Hain. Hain throws it right to Lucetto. Lucetto stepped right in front of him. Hain had no idea it was there. Nine dribbles off the right, back to Lucetto. He fires, and he airballed. Pretty rare miss by Kobe Lucetto. But as it stands, Tigers will get the basketball. Schultz with 9 escorting him. Weibert now comes to trap. Passes off to Smith. Smith right by the Cougar logo. Desmond dribbles, right hand in the corner. Schultz is going to pass it out. How about the man Jackson Mitchell? That time he left it short. Carrier and Banks tie up. It'll stay right here with Mitchell. Jackson Mitchell had a shot, but just the late alter made him fall away a little bit. He couldn't quite finish the follow-through, and it comes up short. Otherwise, that could have been 3, number 5. Got a foul on Bridgeport. I'm going to give a hold to Watts. His third. Coach Sturkle does not want Hayes Watts in trouble. Smith through the lane. He hangs, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, then it's grabbed by Lucetto. Colby Lucetto stole it away. Heads up play from the senior. Watts will reset right side of your screen. Right above the Craven Feed logo. Lucetto fires from 3 off the iron, no good. Fought for inside, and Banks is going to clear. Smith under the watchful eyes of Weibert. Now up the lane, or up the middle of the court. And there's a offensive foul. As Mitchell flies through the air, and 9 was waiting for him. I was watching, I think it was Weibert who was applying the pressure, but 9 was laying in wait. And he absorbs the contact and takes the offensive foul. Well done there by the sophomore. Second foul on Jackson Mitchell as 9 has his shoe untied. He's got it ready to go now. Nine grabs it and goes. Doesn't wait 1 second. Now drives baseline. Gets Banks in the air and he gets fouled. Smart play. Heady play by the sophomore. And he'll go back to the line where he's 5 for 7. Third foul on Jackson Mitchell. He doesn't agree, but Banks was in the air too. You could have gave it to either one of them. Good play by 9 using the head fake. And I've got Gage 5 for 7. I don't know if you count that free throw when somebody steps on the line like that. That's a rules interpretation that I'm unsure of. I'm pretty sure 9, he shouldn't get a miss there. Maybe it just wipes it away. As it stands, 9's made 6 free throws tonight. This could be number 7. And it is. Gage has 7 points at the free throw line. He's got 13 total. Smith spins, hangs, left it short. Rebound from Hain, no good. Tipped out, and Smith grabs it. Smith in the lane, he's fouled, rolls around, does not go down. Smith will go to the line to shoot 2 more. He is 3 for 4 this evening. 4:43 to go. Lead still remains at 13 for the Bulldogs. You can kind of feel Mitchell. A sense of urgency is increasing as time is not their friend right now. Smith fires and hits. 4 of 5 is Desmond. The junior, big deep breath. Spins the ball, left hand, fires in. 5 for 6 for the junior. 13 points. Lucetto hangs, rolls it around the 10. It won't stay, but Metz tried to save it. It goes off Coach Sturkle's head. Coach Sturkle not even phased. Obviously wasn't intentional. His player was trying to make a play. Good effort by Metz. But Mitchell gets the ball. Little bowling roll from Smith to Schultz. Mitchell for 3. Got it. How about 5 of those for Jackson Mitchell? The lead down to 8. Lucetto steps through. He's fouled. And 1. Colby Lucetto with the answer. Mitchell with the dagger. But on the other end, Lucetto with no quit. Bridgeport has foot on the gas at all times. Lucetto hangs, absorbs the contact from Schultz, gets the finish, and now has a chance for the three-point play. And he gets it. Got a sub. Smith across the timeline, top of the key. Lead back to 11. Cheney drops it off for Placencio. Back out. Cheney's going to fire a triple. Off the glass, no good. Fought for inside. Lucetto, huge board over Banks. Up ahead to Weibert. Weibert can't control it. Timeout, Coach Sturkle. 3:39 to go here, 63-52. Bulldogs still leading this one as we approach the final minutes. Brandy misses Gates today. Yeah, you guys are awesome together. Yeah, Brad is fun. Brad and I have a great time. We probably have a little bit more fun than we should, but that's what kind of makes it as much fun as it is. Matthew Baker, gritty physical game. Both teams have the fight. Go Tigers. Yep, I agree with you, Matthew. It's been a really entertaining game to watch. And Shelly Bin, my favorite 3 from the Gordon Theater, have watched all day. Nice job doing it solo. Thanks, Shelmo and crew at the Gordon Theater. What an outstanding little theater there on Main Street in Gordon, and pretty good employees in there as well. Always a good time to swing down to the theater. Glad you guys had the games on today. So the turnover by the Bulldogs gives the basketball back to the Tigers. Coach Sturkle took a timeout to talk about it as we continue on here in the fourth quarter. Smith finds Banks. Banks with position up and good. That's pretty easy for Wayman Banks on the beautiful feed from Smith. So the Tigers have the answer. And they're up, or they're down 9. Weibert streaking through the lane, off the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Banks. Banks does a really nice job grabbing those loose balls and corralling them for the Tigers. Now Smith absorbs some contact, letting them play, and there's a foul from Lucetto as Lucetto pushes Placencio. A lot of contact in there. Smith talking to Marty Gillen about it. He felt like he was fouled. We've got some moisture on the basketball. That little run there in the third quarter has been the difference. This was a 6-point Mitchell lead after the first, a 4-point Bridgeport lead at halftime, and then an 11-point Bridgeport lead after the third quarter. And that's where we stand now. 9-point game taken away. Weibert steals it from Smith. It ends up in the hands of Lucetto. Bulldogs get a turnover, up 9. Watts up top to 9. Lucetto comes through. He'll get a touch. Bridgeport using the clock to their advantage. Lucetto through the contact, no good. Banks cleans it up. Banks is fouled by Lucetto. Good call as Colby got a little aggressive there. I believe Banks is shooting too. Nope, he's not. That's 4. Jumped the gun again. Very impressed with the score table here. They really update fouls fast. I'm thinking that foul's going to come up there, but it's already up there by the time I look. So good job by them staying on top of the ball. Smith, offensive foul on Galloway, I believe. Moving screen, 2:02 to go. Nine over to Metz. Back to Watts. Weibert. Pressured by Jackson Mitchell. Then we got a foul, and Weibert's going to go line to shoot 2. That foul will put Bridgeport in the bonus. And Nick Weibert, who doesn't have a point tonight, has not been to the free throw line. Probably the right guy to send there. Gauge 9 has been there 9 times, and Lucetto's been there 6 times. So a couple other Bulldogs have had more experience at the line tonight, and Weibert misses the first. I don't know what Nick's free throw percentage is for the season, but just from a tonight's perspective, he's not been there. First one off the mark. Second one coming for Weibert, and he gets that one to go. So Nick gets into the scoring column. Timeout, Coach Gillen. 1:36 to go, 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. So this one getting closer and closer to the Bridgeport side, but a long way to go. A couple threes, which the Tigers have shown they possess the capability to hit. You never know what could happen. Bridgeport faithful tuning in. Join Brad and I next Friday, I believe, the 9th, as Bridgeport's coming to Gordon Rushville, and the Journal Star will be there. Of course, that's where I normally broadcast, is at Gordon Rushville High School for the Mustangs, but was asked by the WTC and gladly accepted the invitation to do all the games here at the Cougar Palace. So, but Brad and I will be back on the mic on the 9th as Bridgeport comes to town for Gordon Rushville. So mark that down, and remember this channel. You can subscribe if you'd like. You can turn on notifications. That'll let you know when I go live. So, Dosey's going to come up and put a little pressure on Smith. Another foul by the Bulldogs will send the Tigers to the line as well. Both teams will be in the bonus. Smith all the way through. Wow, impressive take by Desmond Smith. He's got 15 now. Lucetto kind of got tangled up like a pretzel. Turned it over right there in front of the Bayard Tiger bench. I'm sorry, Bayard Mitchell Tiger bench. Too many Tigers in this conference. Smith gets the inbound. Down 8. Desmond's got 15, just scored. Little give and go to Galloway now, working it out. Mitchell fires, hit it! 6 threes for Jackson Mitchell. Timeout, Coach Gillen, 5-point game. I talked about the 3 ball. It's the equalizer. And Jackson Mitchell has 6 of them tonight. Wow. Just what the Tigers needed. And this has gotten a lot tighter in the last 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Bridgeport has kept their lead right around 8, 9, 10, 11. Kind of keeping the Mitchell Tigers at arm's length. But then now the Tigers just jump that and have it down to 5. It is the Bulldog basketball. Or it is the Bulldogs basketball as we continue on here after the timeout from Mitchell. The turnover from Lucetto proved costly. And the Tigers might have got away with a push there. 9 up ahead. Gage would love to go shoot. So would Lucetto. And Lucetto's going to be fouled just off the right side of your screen by Cheney. Colby, 4 for 6 at the line. He's got 18 points here tonight. Now 20. Or not 20, now 19. Chance for 20 right here. 5 for 7, Lucetto. Chance for 20 right here. Also, more importantly, a 7-point lead for his team. Back iron, no good. He's going to have to wait for that, but Weibert gets the tip and he's fouled. Big offensive rebound by Nick Weibert, and he'll go back to the line. Nick was just there, 1 of 2 for the sophomore. That's what's impressive about Coach Sturkle's team. Colby Lucetto, Bodie Dosey, your 2 seniors that are seeing a majority of the floor time. The rest are underclassmen except for Zach Lucetto and Logan Metz. They're juniors. The rest are freshmen, sophomores. A lot of big things coming for Bridgeport boys basketball in the future. Weibert squares it up, and he hits them both. Nick coming through in the clutch. 8-point lead. Placencio up, and no good. Rebound to Lucetto. Lucetto grabs it. We'll see if Mitchell wants to foul. Oh, they won't need to because they threw it out of bounds, did the Bulldogs. Lucetto with a overhead heave. It goes off Weibert's left arm out of bounds. 20.3 seconds to go. Do the Tigers have enough here? 3 ball from Placencio. He hits. They needed that one. Lucetto is fouled right off the bat. Lead back to 5 as the 3 ball here late is keeping the Tigers in it. Lucetto back to the line, 5 for 8 so far tonight. First one good from Colby Lucetto. 6 of 9 now at the line. Second one no good, 6 for 10. Smith up ahead. 3 ball off the mark. Kissed off the glass, no good. Metz clears, 9 is fouled. And that will be it. Bridgeport holds on, and they win the WTC championship. Final score 68-62. What a great game we watched right there. What a outstanding effort by both squads. I don't think there's any ill will toward one another. Just two teams really competing hard to win a championship for their school. They're going to shake hands. I'll stick with you for the awards presentation, and that'll give me time to do a quick little final tally on stats. So if you want to see medals awarded, you can hang tight. But the Bulldogs win the WTC boys title 68-62 in a really good game here this evening at Cougar Palace WNCC. Mitchell receiving their medals. For the Bulldogs, Hayes Watts leads them in the scoring category. 21 points for the freshman. Colby Lucetto, the senior, adds 20 of his own. Gage 9 finishes with 13. Logan Metz finishes with a 5. Landon Dean with 4. 3 for Weibert, 2 for Dosey. For the Tigers, Jackson Mitchell, 22 points, including 6 three-pointers. 15 points for Desmond Smith. 12 for Wayman Banks. 6 for Creed Cheney, 3 for Michael Placencio, 2 for Galloway, 2 for Schultz to round out the scoring for the Tigers. Second place, Mitchell Tigers. (15-5) now are the Bulldogs on the season. Mitchell Tigers dropped to 13-8. Trophy comes out for the champions. 9 holds it up. (2024) WTC Tournament champions, the Bridgeport Bulldogs, defeating Mitchell 68-62 here tonight at the Cougar Palace at WNCC. All right, the marathon's over. 6 games in the books. I appreciate each and every one of your kind words. Jumping on board, support, all that stuff. It means a lot. Remember, this today is brought to you by local journalism. The Sheridan County Journal Star is a local newspaper. They're the people who, or we're the people that provide this service. So support your local newspaper, the Bridgeport News Blade. Big fan of that newspaper. The Star Herald in the Twin Cities. Support that local journalism. We're going to miss it someday if it goes away, and that's what's powering this tonight proud to be a part of that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You stay safe, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll catch you next time around. Thanks.